Yo, what's up guys? This is going to be an in-depth guide for SEO JIWOO, if I'm saying her name correctly. Definitely one of the better hunters, so we'll go into her weapons, skills, artifacts, and also a playtest at the end. Now, I have leveled her up as much as I can in terms of her level, but I am free to play, so there's a couple of things I'm limited on, but I did the best I could with the resources that I have, so yeah, we'll dive in. And starting off with her weapon, obviously she has a set weapon. You should definitely try to obtain this. It's probably one of the better hunter weapons that's specific to a hunter in the game. Of course, you can craft this from the crafting area, and then you can go head over to the weapons here. I'll probably do a separate video on like what weapons are best in the game, but hers is definitely one of the strongest. It just does yeah, insane amount of damage based off crit here. And yeah, I mean, you could read more about it, but and then of course you get the materials. Here you're going to want the ice and the hunter exclusive. This might take a while to farm if you're free to play. There is an area to get the weapon here, or at least the crystals from the shop, I believe. You can do like an exchange for that. But yeah, anyways, going back, so I did level her weapon up to 40. I could probably limit break this soon and go to 60 or, you know, even higher. But right now I'm just at 40 and it still does a good amount of damage from where I'm at in the game. But yeah, we'll think about upgrading that later on. If you don't have this weapon, you guys could probably use like one of these, actually probably the elemental. This is a decent weapon. Or the crit hit damage as well. So either this or the elemental, probably one of these is what I would normally recommend if you don't have her weapon here. Then moving into her skills, I've tried to level this up, and my next goal is to level up her special skill. But for right now, I just put her basic attack level 2. Dragon Rush is level 5. As well as Lightning Kick is level 4. Now I can also give a quick explanation for these, and the idea here is that she does a lot of break damage, so for bosses like Egress or anybody that has a break bar, she's going to be really good, and she's also kind of like the you know, special killer for Cerberus, and he's a pretty difficult boss, so you'll definitely, I mean, JIWOO is just like the best water type against Cerberus, so yeah, and then in terms of her skills here, it does reset eventually. I think it's based off her passive that we can read. So based off her passive, there's these instances of training, or whatever that means. But yeah, basically it's going to reset the cooldowns of both the Dragon Rush and Lightning Kick, which is, yeah, these that I just talked about. So basically, as you use these skills, you're going to reset the cooldown, so you can kind of spam her skills a little bit, which is really nice. The only thing to watch out for is it does use quite a bit of mana here. So just be aware of your mana. It might get drained eventually, so yeah, just be aware of that. In terms of her ult, just does a lot of damage, not too much else to say here. And then what I would probably level up if you're going to do anything past level 4, probably the special skill here. My goal is to level this up next, but I just need more of these skill scrolls, which I'm tempted to just get from the shop, but yeah, that's what I have so far in terms of skills. Moving on to artifacts, this is something I can personally improve just for the substats, and there's two sets you guys could go. You can either go with the shield set, because some of her abilities give like you and your team member shield. So going the shield set, the Palace Guard isn't bad. This is definitely a viable option. Or the other set you guys could go, just straight for damage, would be the crit set here. So the hard leather, that just gives you crit rate and crit damage. So that's another set. So one of these two sets, those are like the two best options. I wouldn't really use anything else, to be honest. Just those two. And then, I mean, the stats that I was looking for is HP and crits. If you look at her recommended stats, yeah, she's going to scale based off HP and crit. I was kind of unlucky. I haven't really got much of those substats. Like, I do have an HP roll here. Do have a crit rate roll here. But other than that, yeah, I wasn't too lucky on some of these other sets. But that's really what you're looking for. So just HP, crit, and crit damage. If you get the mana like reduction, that's actually not that bad. I would not be upset about that because she does use a lot of mana. So that's the gist. And in terms of the right hand side, I mean Behemoth is pretty good for her when you're below like a certain HP, 70%. You just do a lot of extra damage. I'm not exactly sure like what other jewelry is good besides Behemoth for SEO JIWOO. I'm trying to think here. Maybe the red eye set is okay because it stacks crit, but you don't really. She doesn't use attack increase, so yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just go Behemoth honestly for her, or Aquamarine, which is just like the tag out. You could go. Yeah, actually no, not Aquamarine. That's attack. So scratch that. Just go Behemoth. That's probably the best one. Or you can do maybe like two different sets of two. But that's probably it for her artifacts. So that should be the gist here in terms of everything that we can upgrade and equip on her. At this point, we can just hop into a playtest. So for this, I'll just go to Battlefield of Trials here. And then, yeah, we'll just jump in here. I think I'm a little underpowered with this squad. So I might not do as much damage as I can possibly, but I'll just hit the bear a little bit, see what happens. The main thing to pay attention here is when her skills reset. So even though it's at like 6 seconds there, I get it back. And yeah, don't mind my button smashing, I just have a loud keyboard. So overall, not bad damage. I'm not like summoning my shadows or I'm switching to my other hunters. So overall, yeah, super good hunter to have. And this bear doesn't even have a break bar, so she'd be better against, you know, Egress and whoever else like I mentioned earlier. Here I can pop my ults just to see how much this does. Yeah, so not too bad. If I had a little bit better gear, I might be doing more damage, as well as if I had my recommended team power above the recommended. So that's pretty much it. I can go ahead and end the playtest here. But yeah, I mean, if you guys rolled her, definitely it feels good. If you haven't rolled her yet, or if you're planning to get the game, definitely a hunter you should be keeping an eye out for. Definitely I pretty much run her in almost every one of my squads, especially if the boss has break. I pretty much just put her in every time, and she's very good. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you want to support and watch, you know, more videos that come out. You know, smaller YouTube channel right now, but I am getting heavily into the game and plan to make a lot more content. And let me know if there's any other hunters you might want to see as well. I just did a guide on Choi Jong-in, but I might do some others like Emma, some other hunters here. So yeah, just let me know, and appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.